Well, welcome back to Super Tuesday Recap. This is your host, Kriss and Dplam here. And Hydra's back. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 5, Episode 15, Rise and Shine. Coulson uncovers General Hale's real agenda, and it could be the end of the world if S.H.I.E.L.D. can't stop her. And this goddamn show, yo.
It's really tough to bounce off of a Fitz in an episode for me to be like, oh, you're coming here and throw heat and just come in here with a great episode. Holy shit.
Come on, like, really, guys? I had to keep checking my watch because, like, is this a 44-minute episode? Like, what is... There's a lot of shit in here. What are we...
I don't know what to say. Hale realer than me, man.
Yo, the Hydra Academy... First we start with the 28 years ago. And we get the Hydra Academy story.
You get Hydra Hogwarts.
Right. Honestly, Hydra Hogwarts.
I mean, that's what it was.
First of all, I got to go back and double check. Was she in the same room that Rose is in?
No, I think it's all in the same room. I think that's part of the little
No. I think that I mean her room, the room she was actually in.
Yeah, it was the same as Rose's.
Same room. Yeah. Then before they even said his name, I was like, oh my god, is that fucking Sidwell?
Yo,
dude. Come on. So basically you see this Hydra Hogwarts where you find out how Hydra infiltrated not just S.H.I.E.L.D. but all of the fucking government. Where they were training these young kids to be loyal to Hydra and then go out into the world and infiltrate these different places. They even did the whole the loyalty test where they had them kill their dogs. Which I saw the dog there, I was like, that's going to be part of the test, is to kill that fucking dog. They grow up with the dog.
I need the writers of this show to watch the rest of Kingsman. Like, they don't actually have to kill the dog, you assholes.
Well, they were they were the good guys, though. That's why.
And two, it casts what Ward had to do in a different light.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ward didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ward scared the dog off.
Mm-hmm. Crazy
ass, what's his name, shot the dog.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that, but you're right. That's but again, it goes to the nature of Hydra, right? So Hydra has many heads and has many different things. With Ward and Jarrett, that was a totally different thing. So Ward never went through this at least what we know, never went through this Hydra Academy thing, but he was groomed the same way.
Kind of an abbreviated version,
right? But he was groomed all the same way. So it's like, you see all these different pieces of moving here. It's just like...
Well, also, the people that didn't kill the dogs, they're the emotional ones, and they're scarier.
Yes. Because Ruby didn't want to kill the dog,
terrifying.
And she's terrifying. Yes. But that goes back to the whole thing of, they're terrifying because nobody can control them. Not because, they're just as ruthless, if not more ruthless, because nobody can control them, and there's... Like, you want that loyalty because you control. Because what they did with Hale, first of all, you have Von Strucker in there. You have Whitehall, which again, the throwbacks here and callbacks and just showing just how deep this whole Hydra stuff is. And I think we're getting back to, like we were saying before. I think we've said this. This is a great way to bring back S.H.I.E.L.D. into the MCU. Mm-hmm. You bring back, and so that Hydra's never gone, S.H.I.E.L.D. never goes. There's always if you, and again, we've heard the news that they might still be renewing this for another season. Let's say they don't. You get the arc of there always needs to be a S.H.I.E.L.D. No matter who's in charge, there always needs to be a S.H.I.E.L.D. And that's just fucking amazing. So yeah, when Whitehall told her, it's like, oh no, we picked you for the program. This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna carry the seed, and I'm just like as soon as he started talking about something, no, you're the only one. You're the only woman in the group. You're the only one that have the unique qualifications that we need. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna use her as a baby farm. They're gonna use her. They're gonna use her womb. They're oh my god, they're gonna do it. And
it was the first time. It was the furthest they've gone to make me feel sympathy for the villain, and it worked a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause I was like, yo, that's some fucking sexist horse shit. Like, you got mad for her.
Well, and then when she was like, well, do I have a choice? She was like, oh, there's always a choice. And I was like, go into the Hale Hydra because, yeah, there is no real choice. I mean, you can choose to die. And I'm sitting here watching this stuff, and I wrote in my note, just like, it's almost as if Hydra were the bad guys. Huh.
No, you know what it is? Honestly, I didn't even write down Hydra's bad guys. Bureaucracy is the true evil here. Because even in SHIELD, like, bureaucracy is the truest evil. If there's one thing I learned from this show, the Whedons, Marta, like, please tell me if I'm wrong or right here, but that paper pushers are the truest of evils. We've calculated that you'd be the perfect womb for this perfect seed we're going to generate, and you can do whatever you want before then. Once you have the seed, you're ours. Like, what the fuck? Like, that's how companies think. Like, that's like, I'm sorry, like, on a very like real level, it's like, oh shit, this is like capitalism.
Oh, it is. It's just a trap, right? It's everything. It's like, oh, because
once you have a child, that's ours too. It's going to work for us as well.
Oh, and they try to make it seem, oh, well, you can still go into the Air Force like you wanted. You might even be able to be an astronaut. You can do all this stuff. But, like, you're going to eventually have to have a child.
Once we decide it's over, it's over.
Right. Once you have that child, we'll then put that child through this machine, and they'll become the destroyer of worlds, which we'll talk about later.
I'm going to have better code names, too. Like,
I'm like, listen, here's the thing. Just Hydra, name something the destroyer of world does not make you look the good guys. Just saying, you want to make it seem like you're not the bad guys here. Calling the pet project the Destroyer of Worlds, just saying, it's kind of a put off. Just a little bit. We get Talbot back and find out what happened to poor fucking Talbot, yo.
Talbot's been through it. The castaway beard.
Oh my god.
But like, even like the road to getting there, like the shit with his kid, like it makes me wonder, like, were they drugging him to make him seem crazier?
Yo, I was thinking the same thing.
Like, I felt like some gaslighting type shit. Yeah, there's a lot of characters in fiction where they've done that, where you fake the illness to, oh no, we need to take care of him another place.
Yeah. Oh, and again, so we just did a review for Arrow, and we're talking about how I like it when shows like Agent of SHIELD don't make everybody feel stupid. And so the fact that Talbot was able to go, I know it wasn't Daisy Johnson that shot me. I know it was one of those robots. So I was like, thank you. Oh my God. Like, any other show would have used that as the mode, and us, the rest of us going, come on, dude, you know they're LMDs. How do you not think that? That doesn't make any sense. Daisy wouldn't do that. Cal was like, come on, I'm not stupid. I know it wasn't Daisy. I know it wasn't Daisy Johnson. You know? And I that was great. I love that they did that there. Because again, it's like, show your character aren't stupid. Show that the audience isn't stupid. We know what's going on here. Just do that. But then the whole, well, so there's two things I have written down here. Is they needed Talbot to find out where certain things were hidden, where the shield stuff was hidden, so the gravitonium. They also needed Coulson because he knows where the Inhumans are. So they're
Talbot also knew where the infuser was.
Yes. So it was So it was all the old stuff that they had done. So yeah. And then I love his thing when he goes in. He looks at the Captain Crunch. It's like, I still outrank you.
Yo, I love that. But I also love how when they put this side by side with Coulson, you get to see how the mind games worked on Talbot.
Yeah.
Now Coulson's like, well, if she gets done playing games, tell her I'm eating cereal in my room.
Because he's actually a spy.
Oh, all berries.
Yeah.
Up to a plus. Yo, Coulson's the best.
Yo, that entire sequence was great because it's like, but again, so we've seen this now 3 times. Well, you saw it with the we saw it with the Von Strucker with Alex, right? You then saw it with Talbot, but then you see it with Coulson, and each of them are 3 different. You see it with a young kid who doesn't know where the fuck he's at, has been drugged. You then saw it with a man who is a general. But not really into intelligence like that. Not a spy.
But let's be real. He's a decorated military official.
Right.
He's been shit. He came in saying, "I will not talk."
Right.
And then you got a spy.
Yeah. And then you got a spy. And And the spy figured out right away. He's just like, huh, is this what to throw me off balance? Have me stumble into
an empty room, go up the hallways.
Any continental breakfast that's supposed to get me? Oh, wait. The cereal I want.
Oh, all berries.
When Hale's done playing games, you tell her I'll be in my room. And he sits there and eats.
Sitting Indian style on his bed eating cereal.
Right. But even before that, when she first comes in, he had figured out some of the stuff already, right? It's just like you're dealing with somebody different. You're dealing with a guy who has been in the game, and every now and then the show likes to remind you that Phil Coulson is that dude. That Phil Coulson knows what the fuck he's doing because he's Phil motherfucking Coulson.
Nick Fury chose him for a reason.
Yes, chosen for a fucking reason. Like, even down to it was like, was that the person that cut my agent's arms off? Well, she's my daughter. Hey, you're not really doing a lot to help yourself right here. You're not helping your cause. Not helping your cause.
Not a good cause for homeschooling either.
Yeah, not a good idea. When he walks in and sees the device, bad idea. You don't even know what it does. It has alien writing on it, though.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. Like, oh my God. Like, I love it. I love that Coulson wasn't falling for any of that stuff. But then you see what happened with Talbot. You see Talbot broke. And I'm sorry, I told him everything. It's like they broke Talbot. And so yeah. Yeah. It's I really enjoy that. I like the fact that Coulson was like, hey, look, I know what you're doing now. You're doing this wrong. We've been to the future. This ends poorly. You know, you can't do it. And I like the also idea that they've given us now two choices. Either it's Daisy that they're going to put in because Hale's like, it shouldn't be Ruby. She recognized that Ruby has issues, control issues. And so that's the first. I don't think that. I also don't think that Hale realizes that she's not going to have a choice in this. She thinks she's still in charge because we forgot that Hale's kind of that Ruby's kind of pretending like she's doing her own thing. She had that conversation with Von Strucker, and I know that it's part of the game. But at the same time, is it part of the game? I don't know.
Right.
So, but you get this idea of we put Daisy in the chamber, and Coulson's automatically like, oh no, that's a bad idea, because that's how the world gets broken to half. So now you get this idea of whether it's Daisy going, when Daisy goes into that building, is Daisy going in and she's strapped in by her own will, or somebody do it for her, or is it Daisy at all? And Ruby decides she needs to be in there because Ruby still thinks that she's going to be the destroyer of the world, that she's going to be the one in that thing. So now we get the idea that maybe it's not. It's going to end up being Daisy versus Super Soldier Ruby.
It's also feeling like we're on the road to inevitability.
Yes.
And there's going to be a moment where something there will be a singular decision that has to be made. But everything that we've seen, like this, as I'm watching, I'm like, you niggas are going to space. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this shit ends with you guys back in fucking space because you guys seem to be making the same fucking mistakes. Yo-Yo deciding she can't die.
Oh, dude, I have in my notes here. Yo-Yo and Gemma thinking they're invincible is not going to go well.
No, it's going to go fine because guess what? That's what they thought before.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the same tracks. I don't know. Daisy's willing to go get the girl to try to find Coulson.
Yeah, that's how we got Robin into the group.
Yo, what's the one thing Yo-Yo said about when Phil Coulson's dying, you have to let him die.
Mm-hmm.
Do not search the world for him. Because guess what? Guess what Hale wants? Inhumans. Guess what Daisy's about to get for her? The Inhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're on the path to a cracked planet. And there will come a moment where a massive sacrifice will have to be made. And we're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
It could result in Deke vanishing. Or Deke being stuck here as an anachronism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Leatherman, which, by the way, I'm sorry. Like, I am a nerd. I'm a fan. Jim, I swear to God, why'd you tell Fitz?
Oh, yeah.
The fuck? Like, hold on, time out. I want to be the only one to know is the only acceptable answer because that's a human reaction. Like, I had the weight of this inevitability on my brain. I need to share it with someone. Why not my husband? That makes sense. If it was to give him hope, no, not worth it. If it was to reinforce their love, Not worth it. Like the paradox you've created is the same problem you guys ran into where you said, oh no, what? I can't look at how they made this thing fly because now when I design it in the past future, it's only because I've seen it in the future. Guys, come on.
It's all bad.
Here's the real trick. Give him back your Leatherman, hold on to his, and see if they change.
That's such a good point.
You want to let's play time travel, kids. Like this. So the end of the season has to be they're all going to crack a nap. So basically, say
either that or this Fitz sacrifices himself and they pull the Fitz in space back. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Yeah, there's another answer.
Because I keep trying to tell people there is another Fitz up in space who hasn't.
No one seems to care besides us.
There's another.
We're sitting on a timeline with two Fitzes.
Yeah, there's another Fitz up in space that hasn't. Because here's the thing, oh my God, oh shit. I'm thinking, so if you pull Fitz down now, he doesn't go to the future to save the team. That breaks the loop if you think about it, because they don't come back then, and the path they're on doesn't go down. Now, does that then fracture reality and spin off another alternate reality? Then, I don't know what happens then if you pull this Fitz down. I don't know.
Well, if our Fitz,
yo, it's weird, right?
By the way, that's what's like,
yo, because
I'm sorry, someone has to die for the fusion to happen. Someone has to die. I think it's Fitz. But that creates a problem now because let's say we're off that trail, we pull down old Fitz, space Fitz, that already happened in our character's relative past.
Yes.
I don't know.
I know. It's fucking my mind just thinking about it. Like, I don't know.
Relative past and like concrete past and the definitive pasts.
Because
their relative past occurred.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't rob them of time.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do right now.
You may have written yourselves into a fucking corner here, Whedons.
Yeah.
Because not only is it very engaging and like very well thought out, we're super like invested.
Yeah.
So you can't just be like, and then it didn't work. Like, no. I'm gonna need some like normally I'm very much the plot is the plot, which is move forward. No, I'm gonna need some nitty and gritty on this.
Yeah, no, I'm very invested in this one right now.
If you release a podcast after you solve it, explaining how it happened, I will listen.
Yeah, I am literally right now Charlie Day from It's Always Sunny.
Pepe Silva! Pepe Silva! Yes. Pepe Silva character!
I have red string. I have corkboard. I have all this stuff all around my office.
I haven't slept in 4 days.
Right. I'm making shoebox models of everything going on here. Like
this again. I've got Jonathan Hickman's big board from writing Fantastic Four up here. With highlighters. Did you see that?
Yeah. I don't.
Will you read that book, please?
I will read the book, sir. I will read
the Hickman Omnibus. It's 2 editions.
I am going to start it. I am going to start it this afternoon.
There's no searching. There's no looking. It's just
I am going to start it this afternoon. So the next mailbag we can talk about it.
You won't make it to a mailbag.
I know I won't. I'm trying here, sir. I'm trying here. Also, like, you know what? Here's why I'm okay with Gemma telling Fitz that Dee's their grandson. Because his reaction is my reaction. He's our grandson, but he's the worst.
Yeah.
He's like our daughter married a space goon. Like
a drunken space goon. And that's what happened. And I'm like, well.
I'm sorry, I couldn't. Like, everything you said about how much of a bad idea it was makes sense, but Fitz's reaction to that made it worth it. It made it worth it. Like, because he's like, but he's the worst, though. Like, he's terrible. And I'm just like, yes, Fitz. Also, I like this new Fitz, yo. This new Fitz that kind of talks
this like middle Fitz.
This like middle Fitz that doesn't really give a shit and talks mad greasy.
No, he wasn't even talking greasy because honestly, when May came down, he's like, I don't regret it.
Yeah. Oh, truthfully, I don't regret it.
And I'm like, I've been there, Fitz. I've been that guy.
But here's, the one that kept
I know what you want me to say.
Yeah.
But I can't say it. You want me to say I feel bad I did it. I don't feel bad. I don't feel like I was wrong.
But here's the one that was most greasy. After getting hit by Daisy, and Daisy is, we don't turn her own. Do you want me to count all the ways you've done that?
Yo, FACTS. Look, that's what I said last week.
Like, dude, I
brought this shit up last week. Daisy's flip-flopping ass. She's John carrying this bitch. No.
Look, for the record, all right? I'm saying this for the record on the podcast right now. It is April 1st. I know it's April Fool's Day. I hate that day because it's a day where you can't trust any fucking news, but I am telling you the 100% truth right here. I am Team Daisy Johnson, okay? I'm Team Daisy Johnson.
Ooh.
However,
you're lying on a podcast. This is interesting. Okay,
I'm not lying. Wait, why am I lying? I am always Team Daisy Johnson. What are you talking about?
In this moment, in this situation, in this
argument. I'm just saying I can be Team Daisy Johnson and also recognize when somebody is telling the 100% fact against Daisy Johnson, all right? I am Team Daisy Johnson. That's why I'm throwing it out there because Fitz ain't wrong.
Fitz is only not wrong. No, not wrong. That wasn't greasy. That was like, actually,
right.
These, what we call them, I believe they're receipts. Yeah,
right.
Receipts. Are we with receipts?
Right.
We need you. Would you please read line 3 on page 4?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see what we need. Please read the line. Daisy leaves team, becomes angst-ridden goth girl fighting for freedom. But that, Miss Johnson, if you turn to page 2, actually, and scroll down, yes, near the end, actually, Daisy quakes May and sides with her mother when leaving. Yeah, no, well, that was different too. Again, Miss Johnson, I'm gonna need you to point out either one of those actions fed towards the larger good. They didn't. I'm gonna need you to shut the fuck up.
I'm just saying.
I need you to quite kindly shut the fuck up.
Like when he was like, you didn't even ask against my will. It's like, well, would you have done it? No. It's like, well,
I saved his whole staff. Saved you a click.
Like, listen. It was either that or the entire world was gonna get sucked into the sphere dimension.
After she got done with Hive and they cleaned her out, she tried to go back. Mm-hmm. She only turned on Hive because he couldn't infect her again.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get Daisy Johnson. Nah, man.
Not the person. Look,
of all the moral high horses to take, and she's got a bunch. The we don't betray our friends one. Daisy, no.
That was the one that you could tell Fitz was sitting there waiting for. He's like, go and say, because you got me. Like,
that's the. I don't know if you. None of us watch baseball, but first pitch of the season this year, the first pitch was a home run. That's like the catcher going out like, hey, he's giving you fastball bottom left. Why? Why are you telling me that? Because I hate this fucking. All right, fair enough. Like, there's bound to be a team where people don't like each other. All right, fair enough. He just goes yard on it. Like that's the catcher being like.
Shit! Now I think about it.
Wait,
but now that I think about it, going back, Fitz was upset about Daisy Johnson turning on the team.
He was pissed.
Fuck, I forgot about that. I actually forgot that he legit was mad that she had forgotten the team.
Ghost Rider shit is half them being like, is Mac talking Fitz into us being like, now we gotta let her back. She's family.
Shit.
Like, this is all in character. This all makes sense.
Look, again, I am Team Daisy Johnson.
But wrong as fuck in this situation.
But Fitz was right. but Fitz was right. Oh shit, Mike! Because even like, and I like the fact that again, going with the mature ideas and people understanding what goes on here. Mac being way more forgiving of Fitz and basically telling Gemma, hey, listen, it's not, he went through a lot in the framework, and you were there for a little bit, but you don't understand, like, it's always with us. Like, it's more good Fitz than bad. So, and him being that way, you're like, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, Mac's got to kill Fitz. I'm like, I don't think so. I think Mac's gonna be the more forgiving one here, and he was. May basically going, yo, we do have a supervillain. And I'm like, if she's talking about Fitz, and she goes down, she talks. I'm like, they think Fitz is a supervillain.
Yo, he's like, I'm not sorry. She's like, I'm not here for an apology.
Right? Yo,
I'm mad.
Yo. if you want me to do this work, I'm gonna need to. And now that I think about it, when we saw Fitz and them in the future, was Fitz ever outside of a small room?
No.
He
gets out though, because I mean he raises his daughter. I'll say this though. I'll say this. And Fitz, I like Gray Fitz. I'm here for Gray Fitz.
He really is Gray Fitz.
I'm glad that May recognized they have a pet supervillain in the basement. When Daisy quicked him against the wall, he should have been like, "You're welcome."
Now you just push.
Look, you're using the powers ain't proving shit.
Fitz provides. On this day, he has risen.
When she quicked me, I'm thinking everything about power. Like, and he works in mysterious ways. Jesus Christ. If I hadn't done that, you couldn't do this. Next question.
And he has risen.
You'd just be glowering at me impotently if I hadn't given your powers back.
Oh my God, my head hurts now from laughing too hard. I mean, you're not wrong. Not wrong.
Point to the law. I'll admit if you can point to any factual inaccuracies in that statement, I'll cop to them.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Daisy.
Yo, if he just said you're welcome, she'd have killed him.
Oh yeah. That's the only reason why he didn't do it. Yo, I love when Jimma comes in. He's like, did you have a productive conversation with Daisy? He's like, she quicked me against the wall. Oh, I see. So it was productive.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Oh man, so good. Yeah, but we also see here, Daisy's gonna eventually take charge because it's Daisy, and like I said, I'm really interested. Again, this is only episode 15. Oh, I can't believe
this show, man.
I'm really interested in seeing what they do for these next 7 because it's just there's so much going on. And we didn't even talk about the idea that we had the Confederacy, where
And I like, again, I know we talked about how smart the show is. The fact that Hale's like, of course they're the real enemy. Jesus Christ,
right?
Like the fact that Hale's already at the point where Coulson got to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a smart show. It's a well-written show.
Yeah, that she's like, yo, no, I know that we can't. He's like, yo, you can't trust him. He's like, yeah, I know we can't trust him. It's like the whole purpose is that's why I want to form the alliance with Sheild. And even here, like she's still Hydra, but I like the fact that we didn't talk about this, but Hale kind of realized early on that, like you said, Hydra was a bureaucracy, and that the blind loyalty she's been given to them for all these years has done nothing to her. She comes back to them, and she's seeing her daughter being told that she needs to blindly follow Hydra, and Ruby's like, well, you guys are on the run. You guys are shattered. You don't know. And the dude's still trying to tell her. It's like, oh, well, no, that's even more reason why.
She says, I'm the only one left.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, well, no, that's all the more reason why you need to pledge your loyalty. And she's like, that doesn't make any sense. And, Hale agrees. It's like, now there's the 2 of us. And they've kind of gone back to rebuild whatever this Hydra is. And like I said, it's such a smart show. Because once again, we get, just like they did with Legend of Tomorrow this week, you can get multiple themes going on. You get the whole thing with Hale and Coulson was most of the episode. We didn't even get to the Daisy and Fitz stuff until, I would say almost like 15 minutes left of this episode.
Yeah.
And it worked. Like the way they break up these episodes and the way they get to what we need to get to and throw stuff in there, even down to, May telling Daisy to remember combat training, to stay calm and to think and use the resources they were given. Like it's all of this is just such a really well done show, and I fucking love it, man. I fucking love it.
I'm gonna go through some of my notes, some of my quick things at the end of this episode that I wanted to mention because there's a lot of smart writing in here. Hale's Hydra, she caught herself.
It's too on the nose. Too on the nose.
Oh,
but wait, going back to that, the fact that the team figured out that Hale is Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
Smart. Like it's like we're not gonna waste time on things that these are smart people. These are spies. Of course they could figure that shit out. Duh. Even without Coulson here, they're still a super competent team. Thank you. Sorry.
No, you're good. I liked her talking. Daisy talking to May. How are we still fighting Nazis? Which another kind of real world ism in there. And then Dana Whitehall was fun to see, but the only thing more fun than seeing Dana Whitehall was seeing Hale bring him up, and Coulson's reply, "Oh yeah, I buried him." Go team.
without even like
it was a tiny fist bump. Go team.
I love that Coulson, knowing that they're in trouble, the only time he breaks is when he realizes what they're trying to do, and that it's, they're whatever they're doing causes destruction of the world. Like when he realizes what it is, that's the only time he really breaks. But other than that, Coulson's cool under pressure. Even when they they bring in Talbot, like, and oh man, they fucking broke Talbot so bad, man. Because when you first see them take away Talbot like 6 months ago, he's like, Coulson will come for me, SHIELD will come for me, they'll save me. Then they drag him in here looking like Castaway, Tom Hanks in Castaway, and it's like, Coulson, you're here, you did come, but it was too late. I broke. I tried to hold on. Like, you just, damn, man. I feel bad for Talbot, yo. And that's not something I say often, because Talbot can be an asshole.
This is a big stretch, because you and I hate them.
Yeah, I hate Talbot, but damn, they make me feel so bad for Talbot in this episode.
They go a long way to get there, to earn that sympathy.
Yeah, so. Yeah. The only thing I have left on here is I can say, because we already talked about Yo-Yo and Jimmy thinking they're invincible. That's not good. The downside I have on this is they're putting that Roseanne on fucking Tuesdays, so I have to see fucking promos for that every now and then if I can't get to my remote to skip through the commercials. So really the only problem I have right now with what's happening with Agent of SHIELD. So
God bless streaming, and God bless the fact that even if Roseanne exists, we're still fighting Nazis conversation every week on SHIELD, because there's the Nazis we're fighting.
And that's what I'm saying. If you need something instead of watching Roseanne on ABC, watch Agent of SHIELD, guys. Do that instead. So it's better for everybody. Yeah, I got nothing. That's all I got, man. And
what else is there? This show, man.
Yeah, this fucking show. I think I'm gonna call this episode Hale Hydra. Hale Hydra.
Hale Hydra.
Hale Hydra. Gotta call it. Anyway, folks, thank you guys very much for listening. Make sure you subscribe to Super Tuesday Recap. Make sure you get that mailbag episode we put out. It's only on the Super Tuesday Recap feed. Also, Wolverine the Long Night on Stitcher Premium, Stitcher.com/premium. Put the code in Tuesday, and you get a free month of Stitcher Premium. So do that. And we'll be back later on this week with more Super Tuesday Recap. Thank you guys very much for listening. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.